this is a very clean example of a 2012 GT500. This car is pretty far from stock because it makes 708 wheel horsepower because of a Gen 3 VMP Supercharger. So obviously there's some other things that go along with that. It has the JLT intake. It has a 67mm twin jet throttle body. Also, it has a MGW shifter because these things kind of have a problem with first to second. It's got an upgraded clutch, upgraded intercooler, and it has some crazy stuff going on with the exhaust. It's got the factory headers, but after that, I'm not really sure what all is going on because there are cutouts. I'll show you a little video of how that sounds. So I figure the best way to show you guys the cutouts is to take my little GoPro, set it on the ground, kind of back behind the car, and show the difference. Let's do it. Like trash with the cutouts open. It's just too loud, raspy, crazy. It's not how it should be. And then after that, after the cutouts, I don't know if it's an X pipe, H pipe, I don't know what's going on down there, but it's also got some Flowmaster mufflers on it. So even when it's set to the silent mode, it's still pretty stinking loud. It also has some Nitto drag radials on it to help put all that power to the ground. And surprisingly, when you roll on it in second, it hooks up. Woo. Oh, I hope you can hear that. Oh, man. Oh. So first impressions of just kind of like normal driving this car, it actually feels like a special car. The suspension is tight yet quiet. Everything feels pretty well sorted, especially when it comes to the suspension. When you're getting on it, it dips, but it doesn't dip so hard it like feels like it's really rocking back. So it feels planted. So it feels confident and accelerating. Which it does very well. It's like surprising how fast this thing is. I know 700 wheel horsepower isn't a small amount, but the internet will have you believe that anything under 1,000 wheel horsepower is slow. That's not this. This thing is not slow. It's surprisingly fast, and it has a surprising amount of traction, which is a good thing. Now, I owned before a 2015 Mustang GT. All I had done to that was intake, headers, and a tune. And then I did drive a 2017 VMP Supercharged Mustang GT, and I gotta say, this just feels so much more well sorted, and it's mild mods really when you think about it. Just a supercharger upgrade, a tune, obviously, intake, and the exhaust is what it is. The stock headers. So really, it's doing really good to make that kind of power with stock headers. As far as I understand, it does that because that Gen 3 blower is not a small blower. A lot of guys were making that kind of power with, I believe, the Gen 2 blower and long tube headers. This has been tuned by Revolution Auto out of Maryland. I've heard really good things about them. The original Gen 3 blower was put on. It made 660 to the wheels, and the owner at that time said, hey, you know what? I really want to go for 700. And the tuner said, I really don't want to take any more timing out of it, but I think we can get there if we just put a bigger intercooler on it. So that's what they did, and then they got to that 708 wheel horsepower. Now, the MGW shifter in this thing feels fantastic. It's really tight. The throws are really short. It really, I think, just adds to why this car actually feels so special. It feels so sorted. The shifter is tight. It's still a red light, and this guy got me. Hold on. It has the 5.4 liter V8 with, from what I understand, the heads that come from the factory on these things are the same heads that came on the Ford GT. So it's got really good heads. Now, it had originally a supercharger on it. I believe it was an Eaton. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think it's an Eaton. But those weren't super efficient. So it's a pretty common modification to put on a different blower. A lot of people go with a VMP blower. I heard they get better results than the Kenny Bell and better results than a Whipple on these engines. So it's got a good blower on it. The Gen 3 is a 2.65 liter supercharger on it. The one thing that I don't like about the 2012 GT500, like the 20, I believe it's 10 through 12, is the tail lights. Ugh. They're just so ugly. It's like they look like just basic tail lights. I feel like they changed the headlight a little bit, and they could have done a better job with the tail light. So that's also a common modification where guys buy either stock 1314 tail lights or some replica 1314 tail lights. Some will even go as far as to putting the 1314 rear bumper on it, because when you change the tail lights, then there's a little gap that shows up, and you have to get a little spacer, and some guys really don't like that. I think it looks far better even with having to put the little spacer in there. So if you have a 2012 GT500 and you've done that mod, good on you. It looks so much better. The interior in this car, this particular example, is incredibly clean. It looks darn near brand new, which is pretty awesome for a car that is from 2012. It only has 46,000 miles on it, so it hasn't been driven a ton. I wonder to see if you guys can hear this. We turn the air conditioning off, drop the windows. Let's listen to this supercharger. This thing moves. That, I don't know if that would ever get old. I really don't. I mean, the sound of the supercharger, and then it just keeps pulling. Like the power feels like it just keeps building. I mean, the dyno chart shows that, but you really feel it in this car. Whew. Man. Lost for words now. So let's see if we can't hear it again. Through the bumps. I mean, it is kind of a one-trick pony. Really, just acceleration is a ton of fun. It doesn't handle poorly, but I just don't feel, with this much power and the type of suspension that it's on, I just really don't feel comfortable pushing it in the corners yet. And I say yet because this is my car. I just picked this up. If you just watched the previous video, you already know that. I'm excited to say this is my car, so I will go over, there's going to be more videos on this car to come. This is just a quick show you the car, tell you the mods that are done. I do plan on changing the taillights, so I'll make a video on that of changing the taillights to some GT5 or to some 2013 or 14 style, or actually factory taillights. I think it's going to look so much better. I hate how the rear looks, but I think this is a beautiful example. The black with the black stripes looks really good to me. It's funny because when I was looking at these, I really didn't want stripes. I kind of was like, I'm okay with these because it's black on black, but now I love it. I'm like super happy with it, and like I thought I would want to get them removed. I do not. I love it. I love this car. I love them, and I'm just so thankful that I'm able to have this car. And I thank you for watching. Like and subscribe if you like. If not, no problem. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Enjoy it.